Welcome back. It's your boy Polish DX. Um, wow. I haven't done a video in 2 weeks from, 2 weeks from today. I did my last video, and wow, a lot has happened since then. I had to end my contract with Lane Masters in Lordfield. If you haven't seen my post, I've been debating going to PBA events, and knowing Lordfield and Lane Masters is not PBA certified, I would not be able to throw their stuff, which means I'd have to buy a completely new bag, meaning I have to pay for more equipment, which is already expensive enough, seeing I pay for my equipment, like, by myself. So it was up there in price. No, I did not do it because of the fact that the company is bad. The company is great. They make the best stuff out there for USB-C play, period. I'm just going to say that. They have some balls out there that are just unfathomable compared to what else is out there. Oh, by the way, how do you like the light here? It's a lot brighter, I know. I'm doing this at daytime. Wow. I know I don't really record much in daytime. I usually do it at nights, but other things that happened, you can't really see it, but I'm missing part of my thumb. I had a big blister on my thumb, a big cut, and yeah, so I wasn't bowling. What else? Since then I got me a Rotogrip Hustle Hybe, and I'm planning to get a whole bag ready for Junior Gold. I have a Excel spreadsheet with all the numbers and all the equipment and all that stuff. I have that somewhere. I don't really know it off the top of my head, so if I did, I would tell y'all what all the stuff I'm bringing for Junior Gold. I'm bringing 12 balls maximum. There's already some balls that are definitely going in my bag. For instance, Terminator Armageddon's definitely there. IQ Tour Edition, definitely there. So on and so forth. But, yeah, I just really want to get this video up, because I haven't done one in forever. I've been busy with work, school, bowling. Well, not even bowling, just work and school. I mean, I've been constantly working, which is okay, because I need money to pay for bowling equipment. Because, I pay for it. But, yeah, I'm just really trying to get this back into the thing, What I want to talk about today, though, is preparing for tournaments. Ooh. Now, I gotta sit back in my chair, readjust myself so I can talk about this better. Preparing for tournaments. I do not go to a tournament without knowing what I plan to do. I think it is a very bad idea to go to a tournament having no clue, no plan on how you're going to go. So I bring this up mostly because of the fact that I have a tournament this week, next week, the week after that, the week after that, and so on. Like, I have a bunch of tournaments back to back to back weekends. So with this being said, now if you don't know the pattern, it's kind of hard to prepare, but you always need to have a few things. I'm gonna list them off now. The few things I always say is you need to have a benchmark ball. This is your ball you're most comfortable throwing, you're used to throwing, and it just gives you a good line to the pocket everywhere you go, right? You need to have some sort of routine. Call me superstitious? Yeah, superstitious. Call me superstitious, but I honestly believe in routine. I believe that there's always something you gotta do. It helps you just get in that flow of getting ready for tournaments. I always drink an energy drink one before a tournament. I always say a prayer before I start bowling. I practice, and I'm good. I do my pre-shot routine, all that stuff. But you need to get into this kind of routine where you can get the same feel. So if, for instance, you do really good one day and you want to keep that carrying over to the next day, say it's a 2-day tournament, you need that constant routine to get that back in the field. I mean, it's the same concept of using a pre-shot routine. You use a pre-shot routine to get the same feel each shot. That's just, you don't have to do that, but that's just one thing I suggest because it's something I've always done. I've always been told that you should have a routine. And that could even mean, putting your socks on one sock, like put your right sock on first, roll it down. Put your left sock on first, roll it down. Put your right shoe on second, and so on and so forth, or something like that. Just something that just makes you get into a good feel, so you're the most comfortable, so you're the best chance to compete at the tournament, right? Because you always want the best chance to compete. You don't want to go there unprepared. Second thing is, or third thing, because we already did first and second benchmarking them. Third thing, confidence. If you do not have confidence, Why are you going to a tournament? You're going to a tournament to prove your abilities, to learn, to get better. But you need to have some sort of confidence with you. You can't go to a tournament, oh, I suck, I'm going to do terrible, all that stuff. Because if you do, then you will suck. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Like, come on, y'all. You gotta have some real confidence in your game. This, though, does not mean cockiness. Confidence is a good feeling. It is a positive. But cockiness makes people want to slap you, right? Like just, there you go. Cockiness drives people insane. Now, I know that sounds like a pot calling a kettle black, saying, "Oh, you should be confident, not cocky." And I'm pretty cocky bowler, but mine's more of a persona than it is actual cockiness. I'm cocky on purpose to get into people's heads. Believe it or not, as I'm not really that out there about my game, like when it comes to non-bowling stuff, but when I get into tournaments, it's a completely different ball game. I really try to get into people's heads because it's competition. I want to win. I want to be the best. Therefore, I'm going to try to get in your head. Which leads me to my next point. Beating people mentally and staying calm mentally. Mentally, all this up here, bowling is done, yes, on 60 feet of lane, but it's all done up here as well. This brain right here, most people have them. I mean, I hope you have one. It'd be kind of weird if you did. But with the brain, if you cannot stay calm and collect yourself during tournaments and you're getting frustrated, you're most likely not going to bowl better. I just realized I'm off center. There we go. You're not likely to bowl better if you're going to get all angry, annoyed, start cussing people out, start cussing the lane out, start cussing your equipment out. Two of those things aren't even animate. Come on. Calm down, anyone. Come on. It ain't nothing. It ain't that deep. You just gotta breathe. I keep the whole idea of breathing very big, no matter what it is, whether it be a test, whether it be bowling, whether it be some other sport, basketball, free throws, something like that. Breathe. B-R-E-A-T-H-E. Breathe. Keep that, because when you take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out, it calms you down. Makes your shoulders go up, you relax a little bit more, you can have fun. If you don't have this fun, though, you're going to suck. Like, come on. Not every tournament is going to be easy. I've gone to tournaments, and I've, gone 25th out of 26th. Did it before. I'm not afraid to admit it. And I've gone to tournaments and gotten first. Was it just a bad day? Probably. Is there anything you can do about that? No. Everybody has ups and downs. A prime example of this is Jason Belmonte. Jason Belmonte, look at his 2012 to 2015 seasons. Player of the year, player of the year, player of the year. Up there every week, just winning tournaments like nothing. 2016 comes around. Couldn't win on TV. That's odd. Jason Belmonte can't win on TV. Couldn't win the Tournament of Champions. Things like that, the small things. And it's not that he's a bad bowler. It's just he had off days. He had an off year. And that happens. You can't expect to win everything. I mean, you can, but you're going to be let down. And I know everybody's like, oh, I'm going to win every single tournament. I've met one person in my life who's gone through something like a GYBT, the Georgia Youth Bowler Tour, something like that, and won every tournament. And that's Joshua Rondino. He's like a brother to me. He's awesome. Some of you know him as Panda, part of Mixed Mob. The man's a beast. Like, straight up, the man's a monster when it comes to bowling. But you can't expect that every single tournament. You can't be like, oh, I'm better than everybody out here. I can win this one. You can't. If you do, and you don't fulfill what you're thinking, you're gonna start stinking. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's people who talk trash to me a lot, and I love it. Because I love talking trash back. I love being, good friends, be able enough where we talk trash to each other. But then there's always those kind of people who talk trash and they never back it up. So I've had people, especially when I was throwing a lot of Lane Masters Lord field stuff, I had this a lot. Who again? What company? They suck. They don't make good equipment. And I would like, okay, watch, you'll see. And then I would proceed to beat them over and over again throughout the whole day. And they would still say the equipment sucks. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to, first off, trash talk. If you're going to trash talk, back it up. Back it up. Back it up. I'm looking at you, whatever your name may be. I'm looking at you. You can't trash talk if you're not good. And if you're good and you're trash talking, you better be really good to back it up. Because if somebody says, oh, I'll beat you this game, that means you're beating me by 20 pins. Because I'm about to shoot a 279, you're going to shoot 300 on me, or 280, or 290. I'm not going to let you lose. And another thing back to the mental aspect of it, I don't know why I started talking about trash talking, but mental aspect of it is, if you can take certain situations, for instance, look at Pete Weber. Pete Weber is known for using anger and annoyance to better him in bowling, and not many people can do that. If you can find something that motivates you more and it puts you locked in, like a sniper, just locked in on your target, try to utilize that any way possible. For me, my main thing is relax. All I do is I try to show the energy on the lanes, and when I get off the lanes, just take a step back, relax, and breathe, right? I know a lot of bowlers aren't that way, but that's just how I am, and that's why I suggest. And my fifth thing about tournaments, 5 things. Have a wide variety of shots to play. Okay, that does not mean equipment. Because I know people out there who can take one bowling ball, no matter what it is, play on anywhere part of the lane. They can play up the 5 board, through the dead center of the oil, and kick it all the way left and loft the gutter caps with the same ball. They do that because they can manipulate their hand, they can manipulate their speed, rotation, so on and so forth, right? You want this ability because it really gives you an edge above the competition. Now, say we have this one ball, right? And we can play it anywhere on the lane in this tournament. That's pretty awesome, right? Yeah. But maybe it's not carrying. So we just go to a little bit different bowling ball. And we play anywhere on the lane with it. And voila. So if you have the ability to control your hands and your speed and all that, when you get new equipment, it just becomes a cakewalk, because you're getting more and more equipment so you can use for more and more conditions, which means you can manipulate it more and more, put different surfaces on it, put new grips, new layouts, things like that, and you get this perfect balance of what you can do, and what you can do. And yeah, there'll be things you can't do, but those things you don't go near because you have so many other options. It's like, why even try that? It's like in football, you're throwing 5-10 yard slant routes and you're getting 5-10 yards or 5 to 6 yards every play. Why would you go to a run play? Well, you stopped it once. Well, why don't you go a little bit deeper and 7 to 8 yard slant routes? I'm just trying to throw out sport analogies to make it kind of easier if you're kind of new to bowling. But I mean, if you can hook the whole lane with entry line reactive resin ball, but also play right up the 5 board with it, you're golden, man. And if you can take the most aggressive ball out there, play anywhere on the lane with it, especially up the 5 board on dry patterns, do it. You have so much more of an advantage that way. It's an old school style of thinking, I guess. I taught myself how to bowl, but I had a lot of people around me who bowled who were older people, and they taught me this does a lot of the work. Bowling ball doesn't. They teach exact opposite now. The bowling ball does all the work, but this does a lot. If you get a little bit more side roll, a little bit more end over end roll, a little bit more ball speed, a little bit less ball speed, those kind of things matter. And when you can really incorporate those into your game, you're golden. I mean, look at all the pros. You got guys like Jason Sterner out there, Belmo. They can hook the whole lane if they want, but they can play right up the 5 board if they need to, right up the 1 board. And that's what makes them so great, right? And I'll come to my last point here, 6. Number 6. 6. Spare shooting. I say this a lot, that strikes matter more than spares, and it is true. And I will argue tooth and nail with anybody that says strikes do not matter more than spares. But you still need to be a good spare shooter. I mean, you don't go to junior gold. I'll just take junior gold for example. You don't go to junior gold and average 220 unless you're throwing a lot of strikes, right? Well, you average 220 in junior gold. You're making most of the cuts, including match play, and maybe winning a few matches. But you go to junior gold and you're not striking that much. How are you going to average 190 to make the first cut? How are you going to average 200 to make the second cut? 200 is just 9 spare all the way to slow the last frame, the last 2 shots, and you strike on the last 2 shots. That's 200, right? Something like that. Like, come on, you gotta grind those spares out. And I know that's hard for somebody to say because of the fact that you're going to throw a lot of strikes. I get that. But then you leave a 10 pin. You're like, I should have fallen. And you get mad and you throw it in the gutter or throw it left of it. And then you're even more mad and then you can't strike again. Don't be your own worst enemy. Have confidence. Don't be your own worst enemy. Don't overthink anything. Breathe. Come up with a routine and you're golden. I promise you. I know it's kind of a random vlog, but it's a vlog. Wanted to get one out since back to Thursdays and Tuesdays and probably a lot more days, hopefully, of bowling vlogs. And I think that'll be it for this video. Good luck at your next tournament. I know mine will be Top Dog Junior in Austell this Sunday. And I'll sign off with a happy, hearty sub.